My name is Foster Yates. I am the president of Ágape Clinic International. First of all, whatever I say on the video, I'm not asking anyone to not obey their doctors. I'm not asking anyone to follow my instructions. I'm not asking anyone to disobey the civil authorities. I just want to tell you what happened to us on our recent trip to Central America. Something to do with histoplasmosis, which is very similar to the coronavirus as far as the symptoms. Of course, histoplasmosis is a fungus, and the coronavirus is a virus. Obviously, difference. On the 3rd of February, we were invited, my medical team was invited to move some dirt from a lady's house in a little town called Chujuju in Quintana Roo, Mexico. We'd done some medical brigades and went to the lady's house just to help her move some dirt. The dirt was coming out of a small cave area, and she was going to use it for a garden, so we had no problem moving it for her. Our director, the field administrator, Johnny Rovira, was down digging, handed the dirt up in a bucket to us, and we would move the dirt, put it in bags, and people were taking it home. 3 days later, Johnny, one in the hole, came down with a fever of 101, 102. We were all feeling fine. Johnny felt bad. Went to the doctor, and they said it was flu. Next day, still same thing, went back to the doctor and said he had typhoid. That went on for several days. On the 8th of February, we had another medical brigade, which he went to, and in Galivanes, Quintana Roo, Mexico, and we had that brigade there. He had a slight fever then. I guess around the 14th or 15th, we were told he was being rushed to the emergency room with a fever of 104, couldn't hardly breathe, body aches, sore throat. We were all just kind of shocked. On the next day or so, around the 19th or so, 18th or 19th, several of us began to come down with coughs and fever. They put Johnny in the hospital in Cancun, Mexico, and a lady on his stomach, they knocked him out actually, put him on his stomach, gave him a breathing tube, was trying to help him. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. They thought maybe it was a virus of some kind. And I remember the doctor asked if he had worked in any kind of mines, dug any kind of holes or anything, and of course he had told him no, because he didn't work in the mines, we worked in the medical brigade. When he said that, I began to think in my mind, we were in that hole digging that dirt out. And several of us had come down with fevers, not as bad as Johnny's, but we would come down with a slight fever. I began to study that, and the cough, the respiratory, the lungs. I began to think that it was something to do with histoplasmosis. Histoplasmosis is a fungus that accumulates on bird or bat manure and gets into your lungs. The best way to explain histoplasmosis is that it covers up your lungs like a spider web and restricts your lungs from moving, makes them like hard like a rock. Different than the coronavirus, which is a virus, of course, and attacks your lungs when you get lungs filled with liquid. Anyway, 3 days before that, I diagnosed myself and the guys that are with us, and of course Johnny with histoplasmosis. We told the doctor, and the doctor didn't seem to really mind about it. Thought maybe he had some kind of a pneumonia or something. I began to take large quantities of colloidal silver water, which I make between 10 ppm and 35 to 40 ppm for skin abrasions. Began also to take garlic myself, which I was the only one on the team doing that. Around the 21st or so, we were told to take a chest x-ray, and they took Johnny's chest x-ray. His x-ray was white, covered with the histoplasmosis. When they took our x-ray, we all had histoplasmosis, which I had told the doctors that before. But my lungs were actually the last field of the histoplasmosis. And I believe it was due because I began to use the silver water, the colloidal silver, and the garlic. I believe that basically saved my life because I was right next to him. Of course, his son was also with him. And I began to review the medications that we needed to take. Began to take small quantities of the medication that they had said on the internet to take. And that actually became the medication that they began to give Johnny while he was in a state of coma. They had put him in or out. And but his lungs were so full of the histoplasmosis that the medicine did nothing for him. And of course, he passed away. After he passed, the doctor expected us to die also, each one of us. We began to take colloidal silver, like I said, and of course the medicines that they had given Johnny and the medicines I had recommended for us to take, and the garlic. Now, histoplasmosis attacks the lungs just like the coronavirus does. Of course, it's a different approach, and it's very lethal if it's not taken care of, or fatal in many cases. Of course, as we look into this, reflecting back, we do believe that the natural approach that I took for the colloidal silver and the garlic was what saved our lives. I recently we flew up to Texas, and we got x-rays, and our lungs are clean. And I didn't take any more of the patented medication. I began to take, of course, the colloidal silver and the garlic. Now, I want to just review this real quick. I'm all for patent medications. Our clinic, Ágape Clinic International, we use a patent medication. We have doctors on our team, and I'm for all for medication. I'm for whatever your doctor tells you to take. Not that it's always the best, probably, but you should do what your doctor says. But I'm also for alternative medications. If you look back early in the years of the 1800s and 1900s, our doctors used colloidal silver. And the colloidal silver kills viruses, it kills fungus, it kills bacteria. And I do believe, and I'm posting this for the reason for the virus that's going on now, that if you get a chance, get some colloidal silver water, maybe a 10 ppm to maybe 15, 20 ppm, and take some of that, and along with your medication as a preventative maintenance, maybe some oranges. Take something like that for the possible sickness that you might get. But I believe that's what saved our lives. And like I said, each one of my team members were sick, and we didn't have all the medications, the patent medications to take, so we took alternative medication. And alternative medication is what's showing up now, is showing that our lungs are clear. One individual that took the patent medication, I just talked to him 2 days ago, and he still has histoplasmosis in his lungs. So evidently that medication did not work as well on him as maybe did on some other people that took some of it for some time. But like on ourselves, when we took the natural way, natural approach to it, it cleared our lungs up. I wanted to share this with you just to let you know that we as individuals on medical teams going around the world, even here in the States, home and abroad, as we work with people, we are subject also to infections, sicknesses. We love our doctor teams. We love our faith-based 501 C3 groups that help us. And I just want to let you know that during the coronavirus outbreak, it has the same symptoms as histoplasmosis, just about. It is a deadly virus, and I do suggest that you take all precautions possible. If you want to look at our video, you can look that up on Facebook under Foster Yates, Yates, and watch some of our videos, see what we do around the world, helping other people. And our prayer is that each one of our medical team here and abroad would be careful during the outbreak of the coronavirus. But we got to remember that all viruses have a potential for fatality. All respiratory viruses are dangerous and can potentially take someone's life. If you feel sick, you feel like you've had a possible contact with someone like that, I would urge you to seek medical help. But I also would like you to try to use the colloidal silver and the garlic. And there are known cures. Our ancestors used those. And the virus that's out today is morphed into something very dangerous. But the known cures, no treatments, but it's become resistant to so many things. Colloidal silver kills many things, and it helped me in my situation, my life and death, and I believe that's what saved my life. So this is me, Foster Yates, with Ágape Clinic International, and I'd like to just urge you to just take care of yourself during this time, and we'll all get through this.